don't cook anymore, which they seem to not as much as they used to. Time. I wrote an article, it's been a long time ago, for a publication. Who Killed Cooking was the title of it. Time is the #1 person that kills cooking, because people say, I don't have time. I would love to cook. I don't have time. The other thing is people aren't interested. They're bored. You know, they're not excited about cooking. But time is the real key. So people said, I just don't have time to cook. So I'm going to load up the kiddos and the hubby or wife, whichever case it might be, and I'm going to drive to some place to get food, fast food, because I don't have time, so I have to eat fast food. And I'm going to drive back, and that's going to be our meal for them, because I don't have time to cook. Right? Everybody understands the time thing. Everybody gets where I'm going with that. I don't have time. So, you loaded up the kiddos, and you were heading to Mickey D's. I'm giving you 5 minutes to get everybody together. It's going to take longer than that because your significant other and you are going to argue about where you're going to go. But I'm going to give you 5 minutes because you both had your minds made up you were going to Mickey D's. So you had 5 minutes loading the kids up. Unless you live in a Mickey D's, I'm giving you 10 minutes to get there. By the time you fight traffic, it's afternoon. By the time you fight a couple of stoplights, you fight this, you fight that, I'm giving you 10 minutes. Took you 1.5, 2 minutes in line, probably longer than that. You got everything. You said, kids, you can't eat it. It's the new van. You can't eat in the van, so we've got to take it home. So now we've got, and I'm not even going to give you the 10 minutes that I gave you on get there. I'm going to give you 5. By my math, which is Kentucky school, that took you 20 minutes. What time is it, Jessica?
4:10.
4:10. You are loading up the kiddos and you're starting your clock. I'm sitting in my kitchen. I just started my clock right now. Even though I'm technically not ready, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. I got 20 minutes to make something in the amount of time that you are going to get a burger sandwich. And I can guarantee you at the end of the day, this is way healthier for you than you got. Now, I'm presuming here that I have some chicken or something like that. Maybe I don't. Maybe I've just got vegetables, but it's still going to work. I started my water. It's getting hot. I'm rolling right through here. Skillet's clean, just like it would be at my house. Oh, I missed it. God, I hit that thing. Watch that. Now you'll notice I'm rough chopping this. This falls under the category of rough chop. Because I don't want to spend all the time to make this so tiny that we're not going to taste it. The idea of staying home and eating with the family is we want to enjoy it. We want to enjoy each other's company, but we want to have some flavor. Anytime you're cutting a red pepper or a green pepper or a yellow pepper, cut from the inside of it. This outside's slick and it's hard and your knife's going to slide right off of it. Cut from the inside of it where your knife bites. Cut it in half, cut it to the inside. Okay, my water's boiling. How am I doing on time, Jessica?
It is 4:12. 6 minutes.
6 minutes. Okay. Oh, made it. Twice in a row. Oh, he's on fire. You all are at the first stoplight. Not going to use those because I don't know how to clean this table. Oh, made most of it. Okay, my water's boiling. This gets set on here. I add my Cous Cous to it. A cup to a cup of water to a cup of Cous Cous. I add that to it. I have a spoon here. I give that a little stir. Okay, that's doing its thing. Got my stove. Got my skillet. You all just swung through the GameStop because the kid had to have a new game. Okay, this goes. This goes. There's asparagus in the fridge. Will you get that for me? After that, got a little olive oil. Mom's helping me with dinner here. My toughest veggies go in first. Peppers. Boy, I am cleaning stuff. Mom is going to be mad later when she sees all the stuff that I got on the floor. Oh! If you had butter, this is a good place for butter. Because nothing's better than butter. That's going. I didn't even turn to my recipe. See, I'm even winging this, so you know that I'm doing what I said I was going to do. The tough ends on asparagus. Asparagus is a wonderful vegetable. Most people get burned out on it because of the texture of the tough ends. A vegetable peeler. Peel off the ends. Only the ends of it are tough. Not the tip. This one, I'm just going to cut it off. And I'm going to put that on the table because I'm not going to use it. A couple little slices. That's all I needed to do. How am I doing on time?
It is 4:15.
We started at 4:06 or 4:09?
4:10, wasn't it? 4:10.
I'm only 5 minutes into this. I could go for a nap right now. My veggies are coming along. Oh, my Cous Cous looks like it's already getting happy and ready. Okay, I'm stirring this around. This is going in. This is going in. This is going in. This is going in. You and you are not. That's that. So, I have a garlic clove. I need a knife with a bigger blade. Because the other technique that I can use for garlic instead of chopping it, is to smash it. Now it's in smaller pieces, it's kind of mashed up, so the flavor is really going to come out in it. Got it. I have a lemon. Why am I putting a lemon in it? Because I want every bit of flavor I can get out of it. I had 20 minutes to cook this. I'm going to get 20 minutes worth of flavor out of it. Alright. Not cumin. Pepper. Just exactly that much. A little salt. You're stuck in traffic. You got to McDonald's and everybody else has the same idea. Because they don't have time to cook either. So they're all there too. You can smell that lemon juice and those vegetables starting to kind of cook down. You don't want to cook. What happens when you cook vegetables for a long period of time? What do you cook out?
All the vitamins.
All the vitamins. The longer you cook it, the less nutrition it's going to have when you eat it. So the idea is just to sort of tender crisp it, get it together, get the flavors together on it, and just let it do its thing. I am going to get a giant plate, exactly like this one. I'm going to move that before I step on it. See, you're still milling around in the drive-thru line, and I've even got time to switch gloves. sorry, honey, I'm dirty in every dish we have.
It's 4:18.
Yeah.
8 minutes.
Okay. See, my wife's not usually happy when I dirty every dish in the house, but she'll be happy when we're eating. That's the way I always look at it. What's the end result? Me going from a large container to another large container, typically not that eventful. What is Cous Cous? It's a process. This is a durum wheat. Again, one of the things that always makes my list of you should be eating. It's wonderful. Boiling water Cous Cous. Turn off, put your Cous Cous in, 5 minutes, it's ready. 5 minutes, it's completely ready.
But you could do quinoa instead.
You could use quinoa instead.
Because of the wheat.
Yeah, exactly. This, I got at Kroger. Wonderful. If you want to check out the container, you can do that in just a little bit. Got my juices in. This is cooking. My Cous Cous is ready. Notice I made a little welt in the top of it. My tank might be getting slightly low because it's not cooking as fast as it normally would. But I don't have time to switch tanks. I'm on a time limit here. Unless I have to, in which case I will. We still doing good?
It's 10 minutes. 4:20.
I've only 10 minutes and I'm at this stage.
You haven't even buckled the seatbelt yet.
Exactly. Right. You're still waiting on the Big Mac that they had to add the extra stuff to. I mean, this is... And if my stove was cooking, I think my tank is running. I'll tell you what, watch this. I'll show you. I'll switch my tank and I'll still make it in 20 minutes. Ooh, it's empty. This just goes to show how fast this can and does that. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. So this will take just a second to get good and hot. I pulled that off in a stretch of about 20 seconds. I want this to be really hot before I add the balsamic. Now somebody is going to say, why don't I just put the balsamic in the Cous Cous? Why couldn't I just take the balsamic and pour it over the Cous Cous? The top of the Cous Cous is going to soak it up. It's still looking for liquid. That wasn't enough. 1 and 1's not enough liquid. It's trying to soak up things. If I had extra chicken broth, I could add it in there. It would soak that up. It's looking for something to soak up. So I take this. The top of it gets totally saturated. The bottom of it gets nothing. You get the top of it, you're like, oh my God, this is so balsamic. I can't even eat it. You get the bottom and say, where's the balsamic? So that's why I want to cook it. That's why I want to cook it in here with the vegetables, so that it takes on more of the flavor, and the vegetables get it, and it gets evenly distributed. So this is coming along really good. You can smell the citrusy, the lemon that I put in it. Everything's so bright and vibrant. That's the other thing about eating too. Presentation. There's a lot that goes into presentation. I travel around, I eat. My son and I go to fancy restaurants. Presentation certainly matters. If something looks bad when it comes to your plate, you're not going to eat it. Or you're not going to eat as much. It's common sense. There's a point where putting time in presentation is shooting yourself in the foot, because it's only ever going to look so good. Let the food stand for it. It's not how you folded the napkin that was sitting on the table when somebody got there. It's how you presented what they were going to eat. But guess what they did with the napkin? They shook it and they put it in their lap. I don't care that it looked like a little origami crane. They still put it in their lap. At the end of the day, this is what's going to matter to someone, especially at your dinner party or whatever. Keep these colors nice and vibrant. Don't overcook this. Yeah, now it's rolling. So I'm going to add a little tiny splash of that. Just now, the first thing you get is that vinegar, the acidity of that, that's really saying, okay, I'm out of here. It's the first thing that cooks out of it. It takes off. It wants to go somewhere else. It's tired of being with you. So this comes together for just a minute. I get me a fork. What am I testing this for? I know it's going to be like vegetables and vinegar and stuff. What I'm testing for is saltiness. You salt at the beginning and you finish salt. Because if I go in here, Oh, it's too salty. Now what do I do? It's too salty. So I add a little bit to it at the beginning, then at the end, I'll add a little sprinkle at the end. If it's too salty, it's too salty. And I'll tell you, there's an old adage that says add potatoes into something to soak up the salt. Good luck. If it's